Hello YouTube, this is Dadmar1079 bringing you a World of Warship video, and today we'll be taking a look at the freshly bought premium cruiser Graf Spee, or as my book says when I looked in the glossary of it, or right here as I see it, Admiral Graf Spee. She is that of a pocket battleship. Pretty much if you buy her in the bundle little pack, it even says pocket battleship. And also to this, I have a guest with me today, since he won it for absolutely nothing, where I had to go out and buy the ship for full retail price. Please let me.
Funny.
Yes. Let me introduce. You've seen him before in another premium thing where we both won the ship. For that, it is Mr. Drivencloud. Say hello.
Hey guys.
And I asked him if, when I got the ship, would he like to do a video? And he said, why not? And also now, we can definitely do this because, well, if we had one more person, it would kind of have all of the people that is necessary, since this ship came with two other sister ships. But from her design,
It would have been nice.
From the first one to Graf Spee herself, they get bigger. They have the standard, the first one of the line, and then they get bigger and bigger, and Graf Spee here is pretty much the biggest. You can see the commander I'm using. I haven't upgraded her. Pretty much going to take her out raw. Has the ability to heal herself like a British cruiser can, so that's good. You can see all this wonderful stuff. See her armor layout, typical for a cruiser, probably a little bit higher as a cruiser killer possibly. And you can see everything that she has in this. For me, knowing this, since I watched the video of another person that talked about this and a comparison video against her versus the Iowa classes, I'll put a link down to that in the description below to go look that up. And also tell you a little information that I can remember. So pretty much, well, let's first just get into the first little battle, which you know how I do it. We do AI, then we go standard. Pretty much to get the feel for her.
Let's get her done.
And for an opinion that's not my own right now, Driven, what did you think the first time you took her out?
I actually liked her. She was a very good ship. I don't remember if I sunk her the first time or what, but she was a good ship while I had her.
Yes, especially me and him. We had two access power ships. He had Graf Spee. I had the Italian battleship that was only available at the time, which was the tier 4 one. Pretty much we had a pincer maneuver. I had my 12-inch main batteries, and he had his 11-inch main batteries plus torpedoes, which, if you're anyone, you don't like being near torpedoes.
Oh yeah.
In these caliber guns you can see in two classes of ship, which is that of the class that she is a part of, and Sean Horse, which I learned out in different videos. They were supposed to be upgraded with at least 3 triple turrets of 15-inch caliber guns, but that never happened. So you'll see those, and from what I can see from my book here and what I know, which you'll hear this again if you check out the link to that video, that Graf Spee, well, technically she did not meet an end from fire. She did get damaged, but in her admiral, well, I don't think it was an admiral, her either commanding officer or who was ever in control of the ship at the time, actually fought against 4 older British cruisers, which one-on-one, Graf Spee would win since she had bigger guns and everything, and plus she could outrun them because of her unique design of diesel engines. But over time, they could catch up, so she got a little damage. She went into a neutral port. They allowed her only to stay 3 days, and that was the standard back then for a ship to be in a neutral port. And also then, the British government tried to keep her there a little bit longer as to get more forces, and so in the end, she did break free, and then eventually, I believe, somewhere off the coast of Argentina, they did scuttle her, which, so no hands were lost, they just scuttled her because at the time they would rather not lose it to British hands or see it sunk by, I guess, the British or anything, as far as my understanding goes of the ship. And also that she was originally not a part of the Kriegsmarine. I believe it was called the Reichsmarine that she was only a part of, and this class of ship scared a lot of countries because these were built as commerce raiders to pretty much go after other merchant vessels. As you can see, my friend here hitting me with his own ship. But that's what these things were made in, actually making it possible for the evolution of that of other, like, battleships, fast battleships, because at the time, any country in the world, only the British had one ship that could hunt her down and kill her, which was the battleship, the Hood. Then eventually, since the Washington Naval Treaty happened, she was before that, since the Treaty of Versailles and everything, they decided, like France, which would have to contend with her too, alongside the British. The British had the Hood, so I don't think they were that scared, but the French made the corresponding Dunkirk class of capital ships, just to hunt this ship down and kill her, if necessary, her and her two other sister ships.
Okay. Get her good.
And as for lower tier things that you can just see, even with HE, I got a Citadel hit. So,
wait, that was he shows?
well, HE the first time I got a Citadel hit.
I was about to say, holy cow.
Yes. And also this, so technically, and also now that I bring up this little thing that he brought up, that the guy that I'm linking the thing to, he even made another video kind of about Graf Spee, since technically she is a war grave, but she doesn't have any casualties lost with her. I guess the laws on who can search her and everything is kind of up in the air, but people took her symbol off her, which was, of course, the giant eagle and the swastika insigniation off her ship, and is actually going to sell her. And for all the people that think that was just wrong, or people that like history, they are actually going to put it to auction. And I have heard that a millionaire that is afraid of someone else getting it and symbolizing Nazism because of it is going to buy it if they can and destroy it, which to me, that's that rate they should just leave it at the wreck, or it should be donated to a museum. Or even that, I heard that the cruiser Salem actually portrayed Graf Spee in a movie, so it should I think it also should go there too. And they should put up a proper museum exhibit for the ship.
Oh yeah.
Because, go ahead.
I think it'd be very nice to put it in a museum to look at.
Yeah, could learn from it and everything, since technically this ship was not built for the Nazis. It was built for the Second Reich, not the Third Reich. At the time of at the times of the 20s and early 30s, when the Hitler was just trying to come to power, and they were just trying to get at least somewhat of at least protection navy. Germany was, after they lost and drastically got reduced in whatever they could have. So instead of expanding power like the British Navy could and the French in Europe, in the European powers, they at least wanted themselves to be coastal defenses, or at least commerce raiders. If a war were to break out, these ships could at least hold the line until maybe military production could go up. But as far as my understanding, this ship did sink a bunch of commerce raiders it stayed more in the South Atlantic than anything in her time, but she was eventually scuttled here. Let me see in this book while we just set sail. Yeah, either way, even if they didn't scuttle her, she was going to be sunk because the ships that were there, like,
Enemy force detected.
Force G, it says, was 4 cruisers. You had a K Force coming in. Was it Ark Royal? In a British battleship. So either way, she was not going to make it back to Germany like they thought. Even though she could technically outrun the British Navy, eventually they could catch up. Graf Spee had the advantage only at the beginning of an engagement, but once, since of her diesel engine, she could run away, but all other British cruisers at the time, they may have been old, but they could still reach that knot speed. She could outrun battleships, no problem, since battleships had a maximum speed of 21 knots at the time, maybe even less. If they were talking about like old pre-knot, like actual dreadnought era ships, like the British only had the Hood, like I said, that could chase her down. Queen Elizabeth's class, like, hey,
Oh
I'm
my
dead.
lord.
That's exactly why I'm just talking about why she's not meant to go against battleships, and that's exactly why.
Yeah.
She may have 11-inch guns, but she doesn't have the armor. I'm pretty sure it's like still the rule of thumb. Your armor to what caliber guns you have, possibly even for cruisers. Possibly. I'm not sure. She may be that of a super heavy cruiser by those standards back in the day, but still, a cruiser against a battleship, the only thing that the battleship has to worry about is if that thing has torpedoes and if there are good torpedoes. Other than that, no way. But that's my own fault. Let me just find my friend Driven.
This might be the end of me.
Well, I'm still alive because usually he's the first one to go. But as soon as he gets around an island, he can actually go. Never mind.
I wasn't able to do nothing.
So pretty much we'll just look at maybe another Axis-powered ship like the new Italians. And I can just keep a-talking a little bit. But yeah, like I said, as you just saw, one good hit from a battleship, no.
And you're toast.
Yeah, I even think the 12-inch guns off the, I guess you could say technically cruiser killer, or if you want to call it a pocket battleship yourself, the cruiser Alaska, even though a lot newer, could still take that out. Those two would probably be about the best comparisons besides that of other cruisers. One-on-one engagement, Graf Spee would win against a cruiser. Pretty much with Graf Spee in this game, unless you can sneak up on them and torpedo a ship, you are screwed.
Or do that pincer maneuver.
Yes, as I said, me and him were going after the actual ship Dunkirk that we were going against. Kind of fitting. Dunkirks were designed to specifically counteract the Graf Spee and her sister ships. So, and I had the tier 4 Italian battleship at the time. So pretty much he had to divide his fire, even though he could have taken shots one at a time. One turret could hit my friend Driven, one could hit me, but still, we were going fast enough. Those two ships, that battleship and that cruiser, are roughly the same speed. I think Graf Spee is just slower about maybe a point of a knot or so, but they are comparable size, so that type of battleship maybe could go. I think older battleships that are Dreadnought era, maybe tier 3, yeah. Graf Spee would probably go against toe-to-toe, but newer battleships like probably whatever hit me, no. Overall, good ship. Like anything, I gotta practice with Graf Spee. Since he's a money-making ship, I probably will practice with her a lot. And also,
Oh, yeah.
she'll help out in the long run, probably with these researchable ships. Don't think she'll be helping me out with Kaga or Goering, but she might help me out with the American cruisers, the British cruiser that we just got. Possibly, I don't know. Hey, but I do see here the naval charts of Graf Spee in Deutschland. I'm guessing that's her sister ship by the looks of the pictures on here. They both set out to sea, getting away from the French and actually going past Dunkirk and everything. Let's see. If Graf Spee was sunk at the Battle of the River Plate. Let's see. I guess. Yeah, I guess that her sister ship, I'm guessing, got away. Because I don't see it on this naval chart here that she decided that she was there. But what are you going to do? At that rate, that was at the beginning of the war. I'm pretty sure it was a big blow. But what are you going to do? She was made for one thing. She could kill cruiser. She could kill more than one. Kind of no, because then she has to diverse her firing range. Oop, there goes that ship. And I guess this video, we're going to be losing this one.
Yeah, probably not turn out very good.
Yes. I know this one must be one of the more informative ones, because this time I actually have someone to play with in this video, and actually I get to look more into the book. My little naval book. I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. It is called The War at Sea. Pretty much, it's a naval book dating the naval battles from 1939 all the way up to 1945. In the last battle, pretty much. You go in the glossary, can show you every ship in this naval chart, I guess. Good enough. It has come quite in handy with some of these World of Warships videos, because I can actually look it up, see where it sunk and everything, and actually talk about stuff besides just looking up a video. Because let me see here. This book technically ends with everything at 267, that pretty much showing all the lots of the capital ships from those years, but pretty much it ends with actually any naval battle, I guess. Here it ends with that 3rd Fleet operations July through August 1945. Pretty much, I'm guessing, cleaning up the rest of Japan, because it says on the other page, the Battle of the East China Sea, pretty much showing, sorry if I hit my mic, and also sorry about the static that you probably hear, pretty much showing Yamato on her suicidal run. And also this, would they hurry up and lose already? I would like them to win, but it's kind of be hard coming back from that. All they need to do is sink this Russian battleship, and we should be fine to lose, because let's see, a battleship is lose 60 points. Mine is 60, and we only have 66. So pretty much this. Kill those 2 ships, kill the 2 battleships, we'll be fine. Yeah, Nevada's burning, Congo's killing her. Fast battleship versus a standard type battleship. Come on, Congo, I know you can do it! Just fire the same 14-inch guns against Nevada. There you go. There we go. They won, we lost. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. But my remarks are, I definitely need to take my own advice as I was talking about her. Don't go against battleships. It's not good for the ship's health.
Not really.
But I shall learn her. She shall help me make plenty of coins. And now that I think of it, I've upset the balance of power since I got her. It's upset the balance for the Japanese fleet. Because as soon as this thing loads up... Yes, I have 122 ships now. Let's see. 20 ships for that. And now she's tied for second place. Ooh. I'm going to have to buy me a ship to offset the balance once again towards the Japanese's favor. So, Graf Spee, you're going to help me dethrone you as tying for second place for the Japanese. So, but I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to notify you any time that I post a video or go live. And please leave a comment down below and tell me, which I probably asked just in other videos, but I'll ask it again. What is your favorite premium ship that you can get either for researching, buying in World of Warships Legends, or the other world, or the PC version of World of Warships? I happen to like, even though I have a bunch of them. I kind of like the Hood, but I also like Florida since she is my home state. And we never had a battleship of our home state as far as my knowledge goes. But I would have to, I guess, kind of say the Hood. She's fast. She's technically, as plenty of people don't call her a battle cruiser, a battleship, more or less. She is good to me in battle, so I think I kind of pick her, but I have my soft spot for Florida. I'm pretty sure when Striven has the free experience, he'll get Alabama since that's his home state.
Sure do. Sure will.
Do you have anything to say, Driven, before we sign off?
No, not that I know of.
Alright. Then also this, leave a comment down below and tell me if you like seeing Driven here as well. It makes the videos a lot more interesting, and like I said, helps. If I die first, I can go and look at my book, and I can read you more information and stuff. And everything else. Plus, it gives me someone to talk to. Actually, I can catch a breath from time to time. But
You have to do it all.
pretty much. Thank you all for watching once again, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya!
Goodbye.